So let's talk about Unfriended Dark Web, which came out this week. And Unfriended, the first one, I think is a cool idea, a cool premise, a cool way of, in terms of making a different idea for a movie, in terms of like having it on literally just a laptop screen the whole movie, this film and the first one. The first one is really creative in terms of being a different type of horror movie, but I didn't love it. I didn't think it was terrible, but I didn't love it. And going into this one, Unfriended Dark Web, which has no connection to the first film, which is why I probably didn't say Unfriended 2, but I feel like a lot of sequels are not doing that anymore. Maybe a select few, but most of them say a subtitle instead of a sequel name. But Unfriended Dark Web, honestly, I liked more than the first one. I think that this one, the first one, I like the idea about how these characters are kind of haunted by this entity online, and in this one it's the dark web where it's actual people fucking with them. And the thing I really love about this movie is that these villains, these antagonists, are incredibly terrifying, and they actually do bring a sense of dread to this movie. They really feel, even though you don't see these characters, it is incredible how they are literally basically unstoppable in this movie for these poor set of souls, like these characters who are just encounter this horrible situation but then have to go and literally don't have any way to escape this horror. And I think that the villains are the best thing about this movie, and I think that this movie, it is boring in some parts, like the first one, like for me personally, because a lot of it is just like on the screen, like not much happening, but still has good acting like the first one. These characters are fine, but the villains are really, really great, and the sense of dread in this movie and the sense of terror actually is really, really good. And I think that this did really give me like my money's worth. I thought that this was a good movie to see in theaters for me personally. And being a horror fan, even though I didn't love the first one, this one I liked more. I didn't love it, but I think that in terms of dread, in terms of like a fun time, in terms of a cool idea like the first one, this one is really cool. This was a really fun watch. And I really thought that it worked a lot of the time. Sometimes it didn't, but it wasn't bad, it wasn't amazing, but it was really a good middle-of-the-ground movie, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope that since this is not connected to the first one, hopefully we'll get like this kind of anthology thing where like it's something online, where like something online is haunting these people. Like, I hope that they do that again in another Unfriended movie, because this one was really, really fun. So I'm hoping this becomes a franchise, and I thought that this movie overall was pretty solid, pretty fun. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was a little boring at times though, but overall the sense of dread and acting was really solid.